Hey guys, it's the last day of the Level Up Challenge. Are you excited? I am completely and absolutely riveted, excited, and completely over the top because it's the last day. Drum rolls. Shoo. I'm so excited, really, though. It's been an interesting journey. I'd like to think that you've grown, you've learned, and so have I too along the path. And sometimes I'm like, another video to record, and other times I'm like, yes, let's go. We can do better, we can teach better, and all of that. So, day 10, are you ready? Today we are talking about leveling up in legacy. In legacy. Now, the definition of legacy is something that is passed on, but legacy can take different forms. A legacy may be of one's faith, of ethics and core values. A legacy may be monetary, it may be all your assets. A legacy may come from one's character, reputation, and the life you need. Setting an example for others to guide their futures. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is stored up for the righteous. Proverbs 13:22. A good name is more desired than great wealth. Favor is better than silver and gold, but a good name is more desired than great wealth. So it's so important that we are intentional about our legacy. What are you leaving behind for people? What are you becoming over time that people can look forward to being a part of? So let's go through the questions one last time. Okay, so what does legacy mean to you? This is your personal definition of legacy. For some people, legacy may be what kind of inheritance am I leaving for my children? For some people, legacy may mean what do people think about me? So what does legacy mean to you? Number two, what are your top three values? What is most important to you? So I gave you a hint. I said, look at how you spend your time and your money. You may not like what you see, but that is a real indicator of what is important to you. So, for example, if you spend most of your time on your phone and on the internet, it may mean that the internet or social media is the most important thing to you. So, where do you spend the most of your time, and where does the bulk of your resources go into? And then ask yourself a question: am I living in a way that represents those values? If not, what changes do I need to make? So if I say God is the most important thing to me, and I spend an hour of my time with God every day, what does that mean? That God is really important to me? And if God is really important to me, what changes do I need to make to ensure that I am aligned in my expectation or in my knowledge that God is the most important to me? And then what do I want to be known for? What reputation do I want to have? What is the key theme that I want to be heard at my funeral? And the words that I want to be etched on my tombstone? Do I just want to be remembered as a really good communicator, or do I want to be remembered? What do I want to be remembered for? Now, um our masterclass for December is really tied to positioning to elevate. And one of the things that I really want us to be intentional in everything that we're going to be building in 2023 is legacy. What will I be remembered for at the end of the day? What is my bottom line? What am I offering a generation that cannot be forgotten? It must be thought about, because you must leave something worthwhile. So, what does success look like for me? Because it's very important for you to define this and create a vision, or have a vision of what it looks like, so that, because knowing where you want to go is the first step in figuring how to get there. If you don't know where you want to go, you may never come to a direct conclusion on how you get there. Some of the confusion that we have in life is because we don't know. And this is why I encourage people to have clarity sessions. I have some clarity sessions with my coaches as well. When I feel like, okay, I'm encumbered with a lot of activities, I'm doing a lot of things, sometimes I just pay and go for a clarity session. And when I have one of those sessions, I have a clear focus, a clear intention, a clear motivation on what I'm trying to achieve. Was there an event, a significant event in the early years of your life that has shaped you into who you are today? You must be clear about this. Do I notice the beauty of the world, and what do I contribute to or detract from it? You must really, really know what's around you. You must pay attention to your surrounding environment, pay attention to your world as you know it, because remember, what's in your world may not be in my world. What may be attainable for you may be frustrating and just completely unattainable for me. So these things have to be very, very clear as I journey. It must be very clear. And then what's something about your heritage that you want future generations to go? I'm Igbo. I love the Igbo culture, the Igbo tradition. I really want my children to know it. Not everything, but most of it. Culture, like the dance, the food, the language. These are things that I would willingly pass on to my children. And then what haven't I done yet that I need to do? What haven't I done yet that I need to do? So I need to also know this. What haven't I done yet that I need to do? Very, very important. And then there is what do I want to be my biggest accomplishment? What's my biggest thing that when I get it done, I'm like, I can die today. Like today, after today, I'm done. There is nothing I can do that can top this anymore. So, what do I want to be my biggest accomplishment? Now, accomplishments can take different forms. They can be career goals, they can be family achievements, or even happiness in small things. So, what do you want to be your greatest accomplishment? So, there are some ladies that think that marriage is their greatest accomplishment when it comes to their family goals. Is that you? What do you think about people who have that opinion? And then what would your greatest accomplishment be in your loved one's opinion? How well do they know you? Go ahead and ask them and hear what their responses would be. What values do you wish passed on to your children? What are you leaving behind for your children? What legacy are you leaving for your children? And so, also, what legacy would you give your children on marriage? What is it about marriage that you're telling your children that your children will find unforgettable and impactful in their journey? What are new decisions that you've made throughout? And then I want us to have a reflective time, a reflective session where we're going to look at some new decisions that we've made throughout this level of challenge that will shape the course of the next year for us. So if you look at from day one to the last day, we're going to look through each of them and then see what are the necessary decisions I'm making, what are the necessary decisions I need to make. For those of you who will go on to sign up for the masterclass, you'll be given a compiled version of this challenge, and then you would also be given a productivity journal to help you to mark out your productivity, to help you to build, to help you to know what's important to you and what's not really important to you. And at this juncture as well, I'd like to invite you to ask questions. Whatever questions you may have after today, you'll be having a live session with me at 5 p.m. It will be communicated with you, but it will be a live session, and then you can ask your questions ahead of time, because questions that will be sent during the live sessions we may not get to them to answer, because I'm going to be spending only an hour answering your questions. So I really hope that this level of challenge has been impactful. It has made you think outside the box. It has made you consider beyond your comfort zone, certain things that are norms to you, and then push you in the place of intentional questioning, because many times we can get so comfortable with the normal, with the familiar, with things that we just observe around us, that we do not even take time to question. When we begin to question things, then we now are able to come to that place where we draw a line, where we begin to tell why we're thinking the way that we're thinking, why we're behaving in the way that we are behaving, and what our expectations for our behavioral pattern or our actions, and then determining, is this worthwhile? What I'm doing, what is the outcome of it in the next 5 6 years? If I continue in the same lifestyle, what will be my outcome in the next 5 6 years? And then how am I going to be able to also build appropriately to the point where I'm at peace and I'm able to say to myself, you know what, I've lived a good life, I've lived an impactful life, and this is my outcome. So at the end of the day, we're living for tomorrow. We're not living just for today and yesterday. I always say this, and I think you should never forget it. Yesterday is a lesson, today is a school, but tomorrow is the actual action ground. Yesterday is a lesson. So don't dwell on the past. Learn the lesson and move on. Today is a school. Learn what it has to teach you so that you will not spend so much time whiling away in regrets. And then tomorrow, with the things that you learn today, ensure that you're applying them tomorrow because it will shape the outcome of tomorrow. Tomorrow is today that is coming very soon. Tomorrow is today that is coming in a few hours. So don't just think tomorrow is so far away and then begin to dilly dally and become lackadaisical. Actually be conscious about that. So it's been a while. Abby, it's been a great time, guys. I really look forward to maybe doing this again next year at this same time. We'll let you know, but this was fun. Let us know your thoughts about it. Let us know your thoughts about it. Amazing, guys. Thank you for your time. And thank you for those of you that have followed through from the first day till today. It's been amazing. Until next time, bye for